Kelli.
And I'm Sue. And with this is...
Welcome to our podcast.
That's the title of the podcast is here. Let me just fill you in is Front Porch AF. Do you want to try that from the top? No, we're rolling.
No, we're good.
We're absolutely rolling here. Anyway, welcome to Front Porch AF, our second podcast. We are thrilled to death that, it's still going on. But Kelli, what is it for our new listeners? What is it we're doing on Front Porch AF?
Well, I think you're all new listeners, but we'll go through it.
Go for it.
Welcome to our front porch. Sue and I, a couple women down here in the South, in Madison, Tennessee, in the Bend. We love to sit on our front porch and bring our community to our front porch.
Yeah, but we also like to do other things on our front porch, like drink.
Yes.
Oh, click, 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 click.
Cheers.
So by the way, speaking of drink, what is our drink of the episode? What is our special episode drink?
Well, as per usual, Miller Lite in a Tyler today. And we'll learn later. This is keeping in theme with our theme. Tyler in a Tyler Childers koozie, Huggy.
And mine is, and I know that you'll be shocked, a vodka gimlet.
Is it
Folks,
the best second vodka gimlet you've had?
It is always going to be a vodka gimlet, but I might branch out. Anyway, what we also do is we laugh, we discuss politics, dogs, and why Indian motorcycles are a girl's best friend. But the most important thing we want to do in this podcast is help our listeners make a positive difference in our world.
That's right.
And we're not kidding about that.
No, we're not kidding about that. Our goal is to bring something every episode where you can plug in, even if it's small, no matter how small it is, and make some positive change.
Yeah. But before we get to our special episode, and a little bit more about that, by the way, this episode is titled, go ahead, Kelli, this is yours.
Thou dost protest too much.
There you go. Shakespeare, and they said we were just country folk. No. Okay, first to the segment we like to call Neighborhood Notes. So, my neighborhood note for this week, I went and voted at the Farm Bureau Co-op for board members for our local soil and water conservation district. And I wanted to be sure that I wasn't voting for people who wanted lots of developers to come in and take away all our trees. I wanted to vote for farmers, which I did. Kelli, what did you do this week?
You know what I did this week?
What did you do?
You do know because you're with me. We got to attend the fabulous, fantastic Human Rights Campaign dinner on Saturday night in downtown Nashville.
And we were gussied up.
It was all glitz and glamour. And I even have my nails done for it.
She did. By the way, folks out there in podcast land, you can't see them, but there will be photos on the website, frontporchaf.com. But more about that later. Let's see. Neighborhood notes, featured drink, what we do here, dogs, Indian motorcycles. That leads us to this episode's theme. Take it away, Kelli.
Yeah, this episode's theme is protest songs and protesting, and the songs that really made protests sustain these protests, right?
Yeah.
Really brought empowerment to these protests. And what we want to talk about today are examples of that. And we are really thrilled to have a special guest with us today who we'll introduce in a minute, Steff Mahan. But as we were digging into this episode and thinking about protests and all the songs that shape protests and really help people engage into these movements, I was looking at the women's suffrage movement, and that was a protest that lasted from 1978 to 1920, which is incredible, right?
Right. And
1878.
My, how time flies when you're having fun.
1878 to 1920.
Yeah. Anyways, that was because that was a protest movement that finally worked.
Exactly. I mean, in reality, it started in 1848 in Seneca Falls, New York. Mm-hmm. That's when that conversation started about women being able to get the right to vote. But in the early 1900s, with Alice Paul, they formed the women's political group, and they really started doing the protesting. And the actual very first protest or picketing at the White House occurred with Alice Paul's group in 1917.
1917.
Yeah.
Remember that date because I'll go back to it in a bit.
But what was interesting about that, and I just want to talk about this quote from Alice Paul, which is what, probably made this protest so successful, is that these women were committed, and they knew that if they were going to start this picketing, which is the very first time anybody picketed the White House, that they had to be committed to do it for a long time or it was ineffective. And then the turning point, according to Alice Paul, was really these women realized they were going to get arrested for picketing, and they did. 168 of these women served jail time for picketing, just for having the right to vote, for standing up to have the right to vote.
I didn't know that.
And many of them, and that kind of actually was a turning point in that protest for them. These Alice Paul and several women were in jail, and they were being very badly mistreated and force-fed. And if you're interested in learning more about it, there's a movie called Iron-Jawed Angels, and it tells that whole story. But that inhumane treatment of these women when they were in jail was actually one of the turning points for Woodrow Wilson, who was president at the time. And that, that led to the women's right to vote didn't pass till 1920. And Sue, what was the last state, or the state that made the difference for the...
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please.
You would not believe it. Tennessee was the state that finally voted to have the women's rights, I'm sorry, not women's rights,
yeah.
the right of women to vote enshrined in the Constitution. And that was 1920? Yeah.
Yeah, 1920.
Right. And it was a legislature who was pressured by his mother, as the story likes to go. By the way, I have a little bit of background for you. See, you said 1914, 1917?
1917. That's when they first went and did their first picketing.
Okay. In 1914, there were a number of popular suffrage songs, women's suffragette or suffrage songs.
And that's what this podcast is all about.
And that's what it is. And because I could find no recorded version of this, and also we couldn't get the mechanical rights if I did.
Special treat now, listeners.
I'm going to sing with apologies to the professional musician sitting to my right, Steff Mahan, a little ditty that they called Mind the Baby, I Must Vote Today, written by E.H. Webb. Oh, could I have a C, a bouncy C, maestro? Thank you. And here you go. In olden times, the women never voted, nor laid awake at night to fret and stew, 'cause Daddy Jones was trying for some office and failed because of just a measly 2. 'Twas women made home fit for habitation. They'd wash and cook and clean all round all day. But now the present century's bringing changes, and you can hear most every woman say... And I forgot the third page. But we'll put it on the website. You don't want me to sing anymore, but isn't that interesting?
It's very interesting. But,
really, I just went to turn it. It has about men being brutes and all sorts of things like that.
Don't get the gist of it. But Mind the Baby, I've got to go vote.
That's right.
So there was a song for this 42-year protest.
Yep.
And this is one of the reasons there's always something to protest, right?
It is.
Because there's always somebody who thinks one way and somebody who thinks another. And protest is about making change. And as the theme of this show is about the music that's actually shaped that or engaged that or really empowered people through the times for the 60s, the Civil Rights Movement, even before that.
Yeah,
what's the very first protest song?
The
Sue?
very first American protest song, and I found this from the National Women's History Museum website, was Yankee Doodle. During the American Revolution, it said in the United States, the tradition of protest songs dates to pre-Revolutionary War and flourished during that war. Probably the best known is Yankee Doodle, which was used by both armies to satirize the other. You're welcome.
Very interesting,
Thank you very much. But you know what's more interesting? What you've got coming up.
That's right. And so now I want to take this time to introduce our special guest, Steff Mahan.
Well, I'm eating my macaroni from Yankee Doodle.
So Steff is a singer-songwriter that's here in Nashville. I've known Steff for, going on 10 years now, and she's one of the, just love her music. She really sings from her heart, and you'll be able to feel that today. And when she does one, she's going to do one of her songs for us. She's actually written a protest song. Steff has 6 albums under her belt and just does beautiful music. You can find her on anywhere you get your music and listen for yourself.
And at steffmahan.com, STEFFMAHAN.com.
Yes,
you're with it.
She does.
Thank you very
You
much.
can't sing, but you're with it.
So anyway, we're really glad to have you here with us today, Steff. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Steff.
Me. I could just sit here and watch you guys all day.
Well, before you, while you're sitting here, I want to just talk to you a few minutes about life. Like, how did you end up in Nashville?
I was in advertising, made great money, and I was doing a show in Memphis where I lived, and a guy just happened to be there, and he was my first publisher. He said, "How'd you like to come to Nashville and write some songs?" I'm like, "Okay." And I did make good money for the 80s. So
when did you come to Nashville?
89.
All right.
Yeah, and I was going to make $150 a week. And my parents, I went and talked to my parents, and I said, I don't know what to do. I mean, I won't be able to live on that, but I've got some savings and stuff. And they said, "Steffi, you love to do it, and it's better to have a good life than a good living." So
Good
there
for
you go.
them.
So
Good
I
for
left
them.
my job and came to Nashville. And now I'm wearing a barrel and suspenders.
Well, tell us about. So we're asking you. You're going to share one of your protest songs with us today. What fired you up? Like, how did you even start to think about writing a song about that?
About protest?
Yeah, or as a protest song. Yeah.
It's the only way I communicate. I mean, I'm good conversationalist, but to the masses, you have to have something that they'll listen to. I think.
Uh-huh.
I mean, or in art, there's so many ways to protest. I also paint, and it's just I have to get it out of me or I'll blow up. And
Interesting.
I get so angry, and I'm not an angry person. I'm actually pretty nice.
You're kind of a pacifist.
I kind of am, but when I see kids starving to death and people spitting on somebody else just because they don't believe like you, that pisses me off.
Yeah.
That pisses me off.
Here.
Mm.
Yeah, and you don't do that. Be human.
Yeah.
Show your humanity. And they don't.
Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite protest song?
Oh, gosh, of all time? Of course I can't think of
Do you
any
have more than one?
that I wrote or that's my...
That you like to listen to?
Oh, that I like to listen to?
If you don't want to just
I
choose
love
one.
Dancing in the Streets. It's kind of a protest song. Not really, but it kind of is. It's like all people come together no matter what color you are.
Yeah.
And what's the song that we were going to do it? You shouldn't have asked me. You should have told me you were going to ask me this.
Well, you can think about it. Sue, what's your favorite protest song?
Well, I'm only 18. I got a ruptured spleen, and I always carry a purse. I got eyes like a bat, and my feet are flat, and my asthma's getting worse. Phil Oakes, Draft Dodger Rag, 1967.
It wasn't written by Trump?
He took a note from it, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did.
I'll look up bone spurs in the lyrics.
Yes, see. The light would rhyme with burn spurs.
Okay. Well, you know what? It's been lovely hearing Sue sing on this podcast, but Steff,
Liar.
what we're really here for is to hear you.
Okay.
So what are you singing for us today?
It's a song I wrote right after Trump got elected again. And, well, a little bit before that, but I knew he's going to get elected, and I just got pissed off because I knew we were going to go to hell in a handbasket.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not, because we're all going to fight.
That's right.
All the fighting and the news, and all those hypocrites in the pews, I believe they think they're just like Jesus. But we're the last amen, they're out the door. With blinders on, they pass the port, forgetting every word he tried to teach us. Yeah, and I don't understand. I don't understand. All the shootings in the schools, and in the churches and gay bars too. Sometimes I wonder if that's the way I'll die. The shooter sees the fear in his victim's face. They never met, he don't know their name. He just needs to blame someone for a shitty life. Yeah, and I don't understand. I don't understand. Something's gotta give, and this is something we can't ignore. So fuck your thoughts and prayers, they ain't working anymore. Yeah, and I don't understand. I don't understand. Oh, I don't understand. I'll never understand. No.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
And
you,
know,
Steff.
I hadn't done that one in a while.
I do not understand. I wake up every morning.
I don't understand. I see these videos, and my wife gets me off of the news. I can't watch the news after 6. I can't do it.
Oh no, I you know what I found? I watch scripts. I have it on the TV, but I have the sound off.
Oh,
And so if I see a chyron go across the bottom of something, then I go to my phone and I go to Reuters or AP to find the story that's breaking at that time.
That's brilliant.
It has, my blood pressure is down an awful lot. But anyway, what was stirring. What is the name of that song?
I don't understand.
Strange.
Steff, can we get that song anywhere?
I can put it on my I just recorded it, so it's going to be on the I'll put it on all the sites that I'm on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great. And that's at STEFFMAHAN.com.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Or Amazon, Spotify.
Amazon, Spotify, all of them. I've got my own whatever that is, all the channels.
Fantastic.
All the channels.
Just like us.
Just like
We're
us.
everywhere.
We're everywhere.
I saw you peeking in my window. I thought you were everywhere.
No, now that secret's out. Fine then. Well, fine then.
Fine.
Well, Steff, thank you so much.
Oh,
this
thank
has
you
been
guys for
a
having me. I
remarkably
appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sure you guys don't want me to say.
I think we're done with that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that is one way to affect change, is to be able to go and write a protest song and get it out there.
Mhm.
But for those of us who may not be quite as talented as Steff Mahan, I'm looking at me. If I wanted to protest, Kelly, and I wanted to go to a protest, is there any information?
Yes. Thanks for asking. We're going to have this on our website, and this is important for everybody. Whoever protesting is for everybody.
Yes,
all sides,
everybody.
everybody.
If you love Trump, that's great.
Yes.
Get out there. Because this is America.
Yep.
Exactly. It's what it's all about.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do it, know your rights. And we're going to put a link on the website, on our face, all of our stuff to the ACLU page. And on that page, you can find out what to do if you want to go to a protest, if you want to organize a protest, if you want to take pictures at a protest, and probably most importantly, if you encounter the police or law enforcement at the protest, what your rights are, what you can do, and what you can't do. So we're going to put that on there. So before you go and do that, check that out so you know your rights and you know how to what you can do and what you can't do and what the police can do and because they can be very intimidating. And so knowing what their rights are as well and what they can ask for you is very important. So we're going to have that link and check it out.
I wish I had that. I wish the internet existed in 1968.
Why is that,
That's
Sue?
because that's what I
Have you encountered the law enforcement officers?
Perhaps. There might have been an occasion or two in my checkered past.
You become cooler and cooler all the time.
I get older and older. Next week, I'll even be older.
Oh.
Listen, so let's, before we wrap up here, as long as we're talking about music, so many people have said, gosh, I love that intro music to your show, which is also our outro music. It's a little instrumental break. And it happens to be from a song. We have rights to this, by the way. We have permission, which is why we don't play anything pre-recorded, is because we don't own mechanical rights. And that means the artist wouldn't get paid. And I don't believe in that. So anyway, it's from a song called Mississippi Line, written by Daniel Seymour and Mark Robinson from their album. It's an acoustic album called Chug It Down and Go, which is so appropriate.
So appropriate for this podcast.
So thank you, Mark, and thank you, Daniel, for a great song.
Thank you, Mark.
Also, we have a little section, feedback from our last episode.
Well, before we get to that,
I'm sorry. That's right.
Before we get to that, we just want to, because the theme of this is protest songs, and throughout history, and I'm sure our listeners can think about songs that meant a lot to them that are protest songs, and how these anthems really drove these movements.
Oh, that's right.
And now we're in a time where there's a lot of turmoil in our country, right? There's a lot of polarization, and these songs just aren't out there. They're just not as prominent as they were, say, in the 60s.
Have they made it too intimidating to get a song out there?
Well, one of the things that we've discovered as we were getting ready for this podcast is that it does have to do with the way the music industry works these days, and how it's actually more business and getting people to listen to your songs. And so people want to listen to, and maybe it's a form of escapism too, because listening to pop music that's comfortable and happy is better than thinking about the things that make you uncomfortable. So, but there are some really great modern protest songs that are out there, and we're going to put a link to those on our website, or all of our stuff. We'll have
Facebook, Instagram,
show notes, so you can go listen to them. We're going to put together a playlist. It'll include Steff's song as well, and even songs from back in the day. Probably not Sue's rendition of "Hold the Kids, Honey, I Got a Vote," but you never know what happens down in this studio.
Let me do Something's Happening Here.
That's the one I was talking about. I love that song.
Oh, Steve Stills. I got a Steve Stills story for you. Never mind. Oh,
is it a good one?
It's a good one.
All right, come on with it.
No, I can't. I can't. Anyway, Buffalo Springfield.
Springfield. So that's one of my favorites as well. But, one of my favorites that I discovered during kind of thinking about this is Mississippi Goddamn.
Yeah. Nina Simone. Yeah.
Oh,
man.
Such
that will be in the links.
That will be in the links, because you gotta have that one, and music is such a great way to bring us all together. And
if you want your song and that song list, go to our website, fill in the comment form at the bottom, and we'll send it to Kelly, who's putting together this song list for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Send in your favorite protest song. Also, one of my modern protest songs, in addition to Steff and her beautiful music, is Tyler Childers' Long Violent History.
Yeah.
If you haven't listened to that, check that out. And there'll be lots more like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And speaking about our last show, which I did not sing on, sadly, but I think it should be a recurring thing. I think I should sing it.
Let's get some 5-star reviews on that, or 1-star reviews. Let us know what you think about Susan.
Listeners, it's up to you.
Exactly.
Anyway, the feedback from the last show, for all of you who were wondering, yes, there is a roadkill cookbook. That's all I'm going to say. Yes, there is a roadkill. That if you listen to the last show, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
I actually think I have it on my shelf. I'm pretty sure I do.
You scare me.
Coming up, by the way.
Oh, wait, one more thing.
Okay.
Just because y'all can't see us.
Columbo.
I am in full protest gear today. I've got my Bitter Southerner Reed Band Book shirt on. Yep. And Steff has her Love Your Neighbor shirt on. I've got my Harris Walsh camo hat on, and Sue,
I I have
Showing
my
us her
Goodwill.
bra.
I have my Goodwill bra on. You don't want to know.
But earlier, you were wearing
I was wearing my as soon
Madam
as
President.
Madam President. I'm just going to keep it in the closet.
Well,
And
even
I
though we
might
don't
do-
have a Madam President one day, we will.
We will. Before we leave, first of all, thank you, Steff.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Man,
So much
this has
fun.
been awesome. Please come back next time.
Definitely.
Thank you, Mark, our
Thank you, Mark.
audio guru, and thanks everybody for listening. Coming up on our next show, we're going to have Don't Call Us, We'll Call You, Effective Communication with Lawmakers, and we'll have a special guest. Until then, Kelly, you want to tell them about the things that they can do if they want more of us?
Well, according to Steff, you're just going to come over and look at my window.
She's my next door neighbor, and I can light the way.
Anyway, check us out on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, but
never Twitter.
And
Ever. Okay. Our website
Yes.
is frontporchaf.com. For those of you who didn't know what AF stands for, Google it, because this is a family show. Not really. It means as fuck.
It means as fuck.
All right. And then listen. So until next time, when we gather on our audio front porch, grab a drink and solve all the world's problems. Cheers,
Cheers.
y'all.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Hey, Kelly,
What's
I
up?
found the third page to Mind the Baby, I Must Vote Today. You want to hear it?
Let's hear it.
Okay. And it lead-in is every woman say, just a little vote is all we need. Men are selfish brutes and all for greed. Women read and think the same as men. Why should they stay home just like a hen? Okay, that's it.
I love it.
All right.
I'm so glad you found
Okay.
it.
You want another drink?
Let's do it.
All right.
Cheers.